I just got back from SAC Anime Winter and I can't wait to tell you how I built my Caine cosplay. Because this cosplay went from this to this to this, a little bit of this, and a whole lot of that. And come here, let me tell you something. No, this is really important. Let me tell you something. It was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of different people. But let me back up because I think I am going a little bit too fast. Let me tell you how this Caine cosplay became to be. Hi, my name is Timpins Tally, and welcome to my Caine build. This video isn't a tutorial, it's more like a tour on how I solved the design puzzle of turning a 3D animated circus ringmaster character,
my name is Caine,
into a wearable, functional cosplay that I could bring to a con. I'm gonna go over 5 questions that will address how this Caine cosplay became to be. Starting with the first question, and I think kind of the biggest question in the room, why did I choose Caine? You know, when you think about making a cosplay, you get to pick from any anime. You can choose something from Wallflower, Death Note, JJK. Like I said in my last video, plenty of people were choosing Hazbin Hotel. So why did I choose Caine, and why the Amazing Digital Circus? Well, to be honest with you, I love a cosplay challenge. I feel like I'm at the very beginning of what cosplay means for me and what I'm gonna do with it. But I do and am drawn to the characters that kind of require a little bit of creative ingenuity. The draw to try to make something seemingly impossible possible, I think is completely human, and I think it's fun. It like gets my gears going more than like picking out an outfit to place together to look like the character. So, you know, it was like I could be Caine or I could be the Gloik Queen, because I also thought her character design was funny. Like, it just seems so fun. Like, you could be anybody. So why not be the Gloik Queen?
You foolish assortment of colorful characters! Do you not realize everything must be Gloinks? I am Gloink. You will be Gloinks. God will be Gloinks.
This is dumb and weird. No, guys. It's a good time. It's a good time. Are you telling me nobody wants to be the Queen Gloink? It takes a certain type of goof in order to have fun. And if you're gonna cosplay, you gotta have a little bit of goof in you. But the seemingly impossible design of Caine was not the only thing that helped make my decision. Honestly, I just like Caine and his stories. I thought his horror story was scary yet fun. I think the only reason why we feel so much for Gummy Goo is because Caine gave him a deep and distinct background, even for his NPCs. I even think some of his monsters are pretty fun. You know what it is? It's that Caine is not human. And I find that humans, at least these ones, a lot of them don't feel like they've taken personal responsibility of the decisions that they've made, and yet they want us to be overly sympathetic to their situation. And I find that very unsettling. But Caine, he's just telling stories, and he wants people to be a part of them and love them and like them, you know? And he wants to do that whether he's good at it or not. I can relate. I'm not saying he's perfect, and I think what the show does really well is offer its audience wonderful conversations to have and holding us in suspense. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I'm Team Caine. Question number 2. What was my main design problems? Being able to see. The other cosplayers of Caine opted to show their face. I knew I didn't want that. In retrospect, I perhaps waited too long to figure out how I was going to walk and move in this cosplay. And in fact, that exact issue, made it harder for me to take pictures because I didn't know where to face myself. And my posing kind of looked weird and awkward at times. And if I stayed in the head for too long, felt like I really couldn't breathe. It was like suffocating. It wasn't that bad, but honestly, beauty knows no pain. I don't mind being inconvenienced for a cosplay, honestly, you know, and besides, I figured it out. I'll just bring a wagon. This happened to be a really smart idea because I could just take off the head and put it back on when anybody wanted a picture or when I wanted a picture. I would probably say that I could probably last 10 minutes in that head and then I would need it to take it off. There's this clip in Roger and Hammerstein's version of Cinderella, and she says, "And remember, girls, we hide our flaws until after the wedding." And that's how I feel about cosplay. We hide our flaws until after the con. So, you know, yeah, I couldn't see very much, and yeah, I couldn't breathe that well, but you know, the pictures turned out really nice sometimes. But once I figure out how to actually see and move into the cosplay, I think I can really develop more into the character of Caine. One more design problem I wasn't going to mention, but actually I am. Caine's coat. I bought this coat off Amazon. It's trash. It's no good. Do not buy. It's cheap and it smelled funny when it arrived. Overall, I wasn't happy with the product. Did I still use it? Yes. Is it passable? Yes. Did it require so much ironing? Yes. Anyway, yeah, I just didn't like dealing with it, and I didn't even think it was the right color, but compromise. Question number 3. How did I build it? Alright, here we go. It all started with a bucket on my head.
You guys are in my bathroom. Let's not make a big deal out of it.
And then I took cardboard and glued it onto the bottom and top. Then I did that several more times. Are there cardboard scissors? Because there really should be. I took this one shape and then I laid it on a bunch of cardboard and traced it out and then cut it out several times. And it was to get the thickness of Caine's gums. I ended up hating this so much because I just had regular scissors, and despite what you see, she's not that strong yet. And so I'm like, oh my god. And so I started asking myself, how else can I get the thickness of Caine's gum? So I ended up shoving things in between a piece of cardboard. If I had to make Caine all over again, what I would do now is I would have a piece of cardboard and then a piece of project foam and then a piece of cardboard and then a piece of project foam until I got the thickness of the gums that I wanted. I just started shoving project foam, but it was like cut pieces from other things. I even started putting wooden blocks in it, anything to give it a lift. And then I ended up putting pieces of old cardboard that I had, shoving it in there. I had to cover the whole thing in project foam, so the inside didn't really matter to me, and then I knew that I was going to take that project foam and put fabric on top of it. So the inside didn't really matter to me. I still regale on like this fabric choice. Like the color was nice, I loved it, and it was just like, what did I do? I used stockings. That brings us to the teeth. I used layers of this like sheet foam. I tacked it onto his now red build, and then I sketched it with a pencil of what I thought teeth looked like. I cut it out, I painted it white like 3 times, and then I hot glued it down. That's pretty much what that is. I'm gonna move on to the eyes. The eyes are just 8-inch styrofoam balls. I did paint them white, and then for the pupils themselves, I printed out 2 eyes that I liked from the internet, and then I just stuck it on, and then I used Hodgepodge, I think, to just make sure that it was sticked on there. They turned out alright. That moves me on to Caine's attire. Honestly, just bought a few things online. I will say these leggings, leather leggings that I got from Target, they were $30, but well worth it. I will be using those again. I felt great. But that's not really too much of anything, so I won't bore you there. And with all of that, coming up with a basic structure, then adding depth, then adding foam, and then adding fabric, and then adding teeth, then adding eyes, some attire. You got me being Caine. Next question is, what compromises did I make? my own questions feel judgy to me. I would say the biggest compromise were the eyes. I had so many different ideas on how I wanted to do the eyes, but because I was running out of time, I had to quickly and quietly compromise. I wanted to use these kind of like, they're like chocolate mold shells and they're clear, and then I wanted to paint the eyes and like make it all textured because Caine's eyes are so glossy and I wanted to keep that. But at the end of the day, we had to cut it and just be like, these will do for now. Another compromise is not wrapping the bottom in red fabric, and I had a whole plan to pad or line the inside of the bucket. So embarrassing. Hatsukashine. We hide our flaws until after the con. Oh, another compromise.
I'm always thinking of new ideas of what I could do at cons. And I just told Alex that I would be interested in doing skits. But for Caine, I wanted to put a speaker in his mouth and then record some of his lines, so when I could interact with people, I could play one of his lines.
That'd be dope.
But that is another thing that did not get done in putting this cosplay together. I had to give myself more time. But like and subscribe if you want to see more.
Some of the lines I was thinking of were,
welcome back, my candy hearts and paper flowers.
And the last question, did it work in the real world? You know, when I'm creating things, sometimes I have this nagging question that is like rotating in the back of my head. Is this worth it? Is this worth my time and energy? Does this matter? Is this worth my money? But I can honestly say when I was making this cosplay, I didn't feel that way. I was just following through on my thoughts and I was elated when something was coming together. And although I can say I wasn't thinking that way, when it was day 2, when I actually had to put on this cosplay, I was starting to think that way. I was starting to think like, it's not done. It doesn't really look like him. It's passable, but you know, what if this is, you know, what if this is dumb? And then I took this picture with this kid, and it's like my brain clicked. It's like my brain was like, worth it. My brain was just like, I couldn't even explain why. It just, when I saw that picture, I was like, worth it. This other kid who I think went to the con as Cinnamon Roll wanted a picture of my chopper. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. Because you know what it is? It's like you get so excited to see your favorite character. Like, oh my god, Luffy's here! Chopper! You know, you see someone like on the escalator, you know, you're going up, you see the person, and you're like, oh my god, and then everyone's just, you look so cute, you look so cute too, oh my god, I love you thing, you know. So it's just, that's what it is the entire day. And so it's like, you know, participating in that, being a part of that, bringing other people joy by putting on, you know, a character you both like will always be fun. Worth it! Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and have come to understand how Caine came to be. I do have a few other cosplays planned this year. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Alright, I'll tell you a few, but I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm doing. Anyways, this was really fun to make. If you made anything awesome this year, you know, share it down below in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. I'll catch you in the next one. So long, Hotman.